Hi guys, and welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to be doing KanColle, or it's Kantai Collection, and Kantai means fleet. So as you can see, it's about boat girls, and yeah, it's about pretty much collecting them. So the game has, as you can see now, I've just started a new account with my card. So you choose a main girl or girl boat to have first. All the characters who you choose and who you get through the sort of gacha are all printed out, so you actually get a card then and there at the machine, and these machines have a booth where they have empty blank cards in and it actually prints them out. So when we get to the point where you see that, I'll say that's when it's happening, and you can see the just little video it makes to show it. So they have different types of ship. I'm not actually sure how that affects their combat, but I have no doubt that it does. So you get stuff like light assault vessels and destroyers and etc, etc. And like any sort of collectible game, there's also rarities, so you have a common, a rare, and so on and so forth. The thing that makes this game a little bit harder than some of the others is because of its sort of strong connection to, I guess, Japanese naval warfare. It's very kanji heavy, yeah, more than probably many of the other games. A lot of the other games will have some English put in there. So here you can see I picked up the cards and got the cards character that's appeared there. So you get a warning just to collect your cards. The game controls, you have a steering wheel for controlling the fleet, you have a sort of ship's accelerator for affecting the speed, and you have an attack button, so the buttons are very simple. At the bottom left corner you put the cards that you get there and you click that to load them in. So in this case I've only got the one there. Though I played this before, I do have some cards somewhere. This is fresh, so it's just got the basic card there. And this tutorial is new. It didn't actually used to have this tutorial, but this is just showing you how to load up your characters into your fleet. So this game is super. I'd say it's probably a game that's better played for someone who's a little bit older, because yeah, there's a lot of like underwear flashing and waifu collecting. So yeah, I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, then fantastic. It's probably one of the better games out there for that type of thing. So here's the tutorial battle. When you get into the maps that you'll be fighting on, so here you can see it here. So you can see the red bit on the bottom. Or on the big map there on the right. That's where the enemy is estimated to be. You can affect your speed with this, this little throttle controller, and you can see it at the bottom right. It shows you what speed you're going at there, and you can see me spinning the wheel. That's how you actually turn the fleet. In this sort of part of it, there's not actually much to do. You're just trying to look for the combat. So here you go, is the first enemy. These little fucking squiggly worm things are what you fight most of the time. And yeah, this is explaining that there's certain directions you can attack in where you get bonuses and ones that are not so good. So if they're coming at you and you're coming at them, it's called a certain form. But the main one is making a T, so when they're going to the side and you're going at them, or when you're going to the side and they're coming towards you, as well as if you're behind them going with them. So here at the bottom right you can see the weapons. She's got some sort of like cannon. I think it's a 12mm, 30mm cannon it says, and torpedoes. So there I selected the torpedoes and fired them. Now if the enemy's coming at you, the torpedoes usually hit, but obviously if they're moving sideways, they just miss. The torpedoes don't home or anything like that, they just go straight. So a lot of it is timing. So here I took no damage, so fantastic, and your characters level up. So here it's asking you whether you want to continue on or if you want to sort of go home. So here I haven't finished the mission, so I carry on. This game is a GP game, like game points, or I'm not quite sure what it stands for, but each map has a cost and you get the GP when you put your credits in. So it gave me 300 GP to start. A lot of machines, the first time you use them you get like a free go, usually to do the tutorial, maybe one battle. So I have 300 GP, which gives me the tutorial map at +1 extra. So there you can see the torpedoes are going straight towards them, they're coming straight at me. In this phrase you can see these red circles, avoid them. If you go inside there, then the enemy will attack you. That's when they get the chance to hit you. So there you go, my torpedoes hit them behind, and I just got the boss one there. And you get a cute little animation from your character. So for the main shot, you'll see it there. You need to aim, so I made a few mistakes. You need to get it within the second smaller circle. If you get in the big one, then you actually miss. When you know when the character can fire next, you can see just to the left of the gun icon at the bottom and above it's got the character's icon, and there's a half circle on the right that fills up. Once it's full, that's when you get to do your attack. And there you go. So I hit them, but unfortunately not for very much damage. So yeah, there's a lot of farming and doing it. It does tell you when you're in the different poses, so yeah, you're on the T pose here where they're coming towards you, and I'm going sort of away from them with, unfortunately, another miss. And they're obviously doing some change of course, etc. I'm changing the speed all the time. Either I'm increasing speed to get away from the red AoE, or I'm decreasing it, or guiding them around it. So there you go, got it on the perfect, so critical hit. The game is really fun actually. Even though it's quite not too complicated game, I guess not until high level sort of boss fights, maybe the final boss fight, things like this. It is a super fun game. It's got, the controls are really nice, the battle system is actually quite fun. Though I only have one character, later on you've got like a whole fleet you're firing off like crazy. So yeah, it's you know, it is excellent fun. It's one I definitely recommend. Yeah, the only downside to it is there is a lot of kanji in this, because I guess it's quite traditional, and especially because it's about naval warfare, it's absolutely riddled with kanji, so it's usually one of the much harder games to follow. To the point that the actual name of the game's kanji is made from those two part words, so it's that kan and kolle. So my wife could read it, but she couldn't get the meaning straight out of it. She had to research that it's come from this kantai meaning fleet, and kolle, which is from collection, and then just sort of like smashed together. So here we get some, I think this item's like a crafting item. Now, one thing I learned the hard way the first time I ever played this is when you're fighting and shooting off all these shots and stuff, your characters do actually have ammo, so you do have to refill after each fight. Every fight you get the chance at a card, so I put my 100 yen in, and yeah, this next little video is what happens when it does, when you actually go for the card. So now it's printing the card already, and this little animation happens, and then at the end it like reveals the character, and then the character should then pop up at the bottom. Then it's also quite good, you get to see some of the characters who you can get in the game as they're walking around this school hall. My guess is that the idea of it is you're like a commander, and this is the naval school, and the girl ship hybrids are obviously in the school learning how to blow up the enemy. So this door is the one that enters. You get to see the outline of the character, and then yeah, it will show you the character, and it shows you the rarity. So here you go, you can have a nice look. Ta-da! New waifu. So this one's just the same as the one I had on the starter one. I guess they're bronze or silver, maybe. They actually look silver when it comes out. Now this is actually something that's new. Here you can choose to print, so you can take the character, or it looks like you can actually recycle them. So it shows that weird envelope system. My guess is, because this isn't actually something that was there before, it's actually something new, that if you don't want the characters, you can like change them into mats, and then later on you can craft a character you want. Yeah, so I guess it's a high rarity character or a special character that you can go for. So yeah, here I pick up the cards. This is for crafting guns actually. I'm not 100% sure on this system, but when I use it here, it creates an icon, which is equipment. Unfortunately, I don't equip it until after the second battle, but yeah, so you can make it. It made a 12mm gun, and you can equip those onto your ships. Then this option with the like weird squiggly icon, that's actually the bath, what they call the hot tub or Cento icon. There's the second character I got. That's used for repairing the ships. Now we're going into the second fight using the rest of the GP I had. So now I've got the 2 girls in my fleet. You can actually do formations for them, though I didn't actually do it in this time. They're just using in a straight line, but you can make them into several ones. So you can do like 2-2-2s and triangles and things like this. Obviously this affects when you're being attacked by things like torpedoes, so if you're in a line, only the one in front is likely to get hit, and you can veer them around and different things like that. So this time I got the 2 characters, so both of them will attack. You can see again those timers on the left side, so you can see when they get their attacks. Now she seems to have a longer range gun, because this is actually, there's 2 big blue circles you can see in the water, and I'm actually attacking from outside, I guess, the enemy's optimal range. So here it's a long range attack, and as I get closer the enemy starts attacking me, and then I can attack with both characters then. So hopefully this is when the torpedoes should be hitting. Done them. And you can see the enemy put the red circle of attack in. Unfortunately in this case they missed me. Now I could have avoided the attack, but I actually wanted to show off what happens when you get damaged, which I guess is one of the biggest draws of this game for whoever's playing it. Now there's all the characters, I imagine all the characters have a second version of the cards you get. So here you can, I won't spoil the surprise, you can experience it for yourself. So there you have it. When you take enough damage, you get a close break. So there are the versions of the cards you can get, which are, I guess, the close break versions, which I imagine are just that, except you can have them straight from the get-go with full life. So yeah, if that's your thing, you're going to see this game has plenty of that going on, with different close break animations for all the different characters. I skip ahead a little bit to the end of the fight because it's very much like the first one. There's nothing special going on there. Here you can see the second character I get is a slightly rarer character, and the card itself is actually shiny as well. So I was pretty happy to be getting a shiny, to be fair. I wasn't expecting it. And you can see here they trade for 3 of the material instead of 1 that the first card did. So my imagination is that you can, yeah, if you keep getting high rarity ones, you can trade them in. And here's the onsen that I mentioned before. This is what you use to repair your characters. So you don't want to go into the next fight without repairing the character. That's definitely not going to end well. And at the top left you can see the resources that it uses for doing these repairs. You've got like coin, I don't know what the actual materials are supposed to be, but yeah, they're all used for repairing or refueling your fleet. Then there's also the items. So here at the bottom, you can, that button on the right is the one for equipment. So you can actually equip these onto each of the fleets as well. So yeah, I click the button there. This one only fits to her, so it fits it on, and bang, she's got that gun. Yep, same for the other 2. You can fit them. I fit them onto my other characters, and obviously it increases things like attack, range, etc., etc. My overview on the game is it is a very good game. It is really fun to play. It's obviously got a massive selection of characters that you can get from the gadgets and so on. The quality of the cards, they're really quite hard cards. The picture quality on them is really good. Here you can see the sort of shiny I got. I flick it around so you can see a little bit there. Yeah, there it goes. Super shiny. As well as, yeah, if you're super lucky, I guess you get those close break ones as well. So they're obviously an option there as well. If you like collecting cards, they're really nice cards to get, especially if you're into anime girls. And the game itself, it's very fun to play. It's actually not that hard to play, like even if you don't know Japanese, though there is a lot of kanji in the game. As long as you're putting your head to it, you can work out what most of it is. One thing I didn't show on here is actually the 4th option on the far left is like a room decorating thing. So you can craft the room items and decorate them. I actually didn't go into that to see what it does, but I imagine if you decorate the room, it gives some small bonuses in some way to your characters. Here I can just equip and everything up. So I give it probably a solid play. If you get the chance to play it, it's a really fun game to play. It takes a little bit of time to go through the tutorial and stuff, but there's a lot of gameplay in it, and it was, when it released, was a massive popular game. Now it's not played so much, but again, it's still a really fun game, so I do recommend it. The only thing it doesn't have, which I think is the biggest shame, is any kind of multiplayer. I think multiplayer would have been really good for this type of game, because it is like a sort of one-on-one sort of warfare game most of the time, so that would have worked really well, having to search out where the other player is and then just getting into the general attack attack modes, but still fantastic game, definitely recommend it. Hi guys, thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe, you get to see the newest videos as soon as they come out that way. Just click the notification and you'll get to see those. And any likes are appreciated, and please comment, let me know what you want me to play next. If you've got any questions about the games themselves, I can obviously make new videos answering those questions, as well as taking specific footage, maybe of controllers or certain options that you want to know how to do in the machines themselves, or maybe just to see some something interesting about the games that I didn't show in my videos already. So look out for the next videos. I've got 2 or 3 lined up coming up very soon, so those should be out by maybe next Wednesday. So keep your eyes peeled for those, and thanks for watching again. Take care everyone.